Yes, but Reliance Industries is indeed in focus on the back of the brokerage note, as well as some of the other telecom players from the likes of Bharti Airtel are also seen to be buzzing. Why that? Because brokerage notes have come in. So let's understand what these brokerages are penciling in, what are the targets that they are coming out for all these telecom players, as well as what are they saying on Reliance Industries. Let's get in all these details from my colleague Soumit Sarkar. Soumit, take it away.
Well, if you see the telecom sector, including Reliance Industries, because they have Reliance Jio, which is India's largest telecom company, remains in focus. Now, this is on the back of multiple reports that JPMorgan has come out with. Now, they have also upgraded their rating on Bharti Airtel to neutral from underweight and have hiked the target price to 1100 rupees from 785. And when it comes to Industars, they have upgraded the rating to overweight from neutral and have hiked the target price to 260 from 180. And when it comes to Reliance Industries, they have maintained their overweight rating but have hiked the target price to 3,100 from an earlier target price of 2,800. Also, to remember, this is the 11th target price on street for Reliance Industries, that is above the 3,000 level mark now. Now, what is this brokerage note saying? Now, the interesting part here given by JP Morgan is that they are expecting a tariff hike to come in the telecom sector in the existing calendar year, that is 2024, and that would drive the re-rating not only for Reliance Industries but also for the entire telecom sector. Now, they're expecting a 15% telecom tariff hike in the third quarter of FY25, that is by the end of this calendar year. Now, do remember that tariff hike is the single biggest trigger when it comes to the telecom sector, which could lead to a re-rating. Now, this is because without a tariff hike, the growth that we usually see in the telecom sector is in high single digit, but with tariff hike, whenever there has been a tariff hike, we had seen growth in high double digit for the telecom sector. Now, the first big tariff hike taken in the telecom sector was in December 2019, and the hike that time was around 30 to 35% on an average. The second big tariff hike was taken in December 2021, and that time the hike was anywhere between 20 to 25%. Also, do remember that the telecom tariffs in India is the lowest globally at around $2 per month. Even Bangladesh has a higher telecom tariff of around $2.8 per month, and all the telecom companies have always reiterated that a tariff hike is must for the telecom sector to revive and grow going forward. So keep an eye out for the telecom sector, because tariff hike, which is the single biggest trigger, has now been started incorporating. Now brokerages have started incorporating that in their estimates. So there might be a tariff hike in this calendar year, that is 2024.
All right, so that's what the brokerages are penciling in when it comes to the telecom space, hoping that there would be a tariff hike, and they're already penciling in that when it comes to Reliance industry, you saw Bharti Airtel also see a good up move. But let's bring on board our experts today. We have Kunal Bothra as well as Rajesh Agarwal joining us on the show, and they'll talk to us more on what should you do when it comes to the telecom plays and whether you should better them right now or no. Very good morning, gentlemen. Thank you so much, Kunal, as well as Rajesh, for joining us on ET Now. And Rajesh, you heard actually Soumit outline what the brokerages are penciling in as a biggest trigger coming in for most of these telecom companies, and that has to be the tariff hike. While for Vodafone Idea, it's another story, because everybody's hoping that an investor would come in, and problems of Indus Towers hopefully will lessen if an investor comes in for Vodafone Idea. But what's your take coming in on telecom play? Do you think that this trigger enough or hope of a tariff hike is enough for someone to bet on telecom space right now?
Good morning, Cheryl. Good morning, Kunal. As Sumit pointed out, tariff hike is imminent, and that's a big trigger for telecom companies. Although it's a bad news for consumer like us, or you, everybody, but it's good news for shareholders. As far as companies go, we have seen that in the second quarter of FY24, Jio and Airtel have gained market share while Vodafone lost. They gained market share at the cost of Vodafone. Their revenue increased by 10% around, and while the sector revenue increased by 7%. That means they have outperformed the sector as such in second quarter. And with 5G rollout all over, this market share gain would accelerate, I would say. And not to forget that via media, we have come to know this week only that the unlimited 5G which they are offering is going to come to an end by the second half of this year. So that's good news. Tariff hikes, discontinuation of unlimited 5G, these are good news for the sector as such. And I think as far as companies are concerned, one should bet on Reliance not only because of Geo but because of other factors also. We are very bullish in the short term. 3,000 plus is our target. But I would say that one should continue to hold this stock for maybe 2 years down the line. And we believe that whenever some corporate action like demerger or whatever happens in this stock, it can be it can give multiple returns from what the current price is.
All right, so that's the day coming in on all these telecom players. Indeed, not a great news for the consumers, where in the times ahead we can expect the tariffs hikes for all these telecom majors. But Kunal, we have seen great moves on Reliance for the past 4 days today. It's having a subdued trading session, but what's your take on Reliance, Bharti Airtel, as well as any take on Vodafone Idea as well?
So good morning, first of all, to all of you. My sense is Reliance Industries, of course, the stock which is given a classical breakout, looks to be a more powerful one because the stock is coming out after 2 years of literally sideways to no price action for itself. So that augurs very well for the stock and the entire sector as such. The stock now almost poised closer to that 2800 mark, which I believe over the next couple of days or maybe in the next 1 week, the stock should surpass these levels and scale past a fresh lifetime high for itself. Bharti Airtel has been a very silent kind of a performer. So even if you look at the last 3-4 years of price movement from 450 levels to now 1100 plus where the stock has been trading, I think it's been an exceptional mover in the last many years, especially over the last 3 to 4 years. And I still believe that at current levels, it's been more of a consistent performer. So I think Bharti Airtel should also be a part of someone's longer term portfolio, and especially if it's focused on large cap name. Vodafone Idea could just be more of a trading bet. Now the stock had a touch and go moments towards I think 18.5, 19 plus levels, but from there the stock has settled down back towards the 15, 16 mark for itself, which means that at best it could be a good trading stock, maybe closer to 18, 18.5 odd levels. We can expect one more bout of rally for Vodafone Idea.
All right, so